Hey everybody, this is James with the Soundboard and Edge Theory. I am here with Faith Edison, who is a sales coordinator out of Memphis. And Faith has been giving some talks around town, I hear. She presented at a recent boot camp down in Louisiana and had a lot of great things to say. So I wanted to get some of those things recorded and out to the world because Faith has a lot to share. So Faith, can you give us just a little bit of your background on Juice Plus and how you came to be in the business?
Well, basically, I found Juice Plus by going to a Friends of Israel Fest. And I have a sister that's 100% disabled. She has a seizure disorder and had a stroke before she was 1. So we were always looking for something to give her better nutrition, and especially fruits and vegetables. But having a feeding tube, it's kind of hard to do that because of the bulk. And so people don't realize when you juice, you only get a little bit. And it's a expensive and difficult and messy process. So when we actually found Juice Plus, my mom was looking at the capsules. Honestly, I was going to get cookies and brownie samples. But when I came back, I saw the taro garden. And that was what got my attention. So we kind of started the journey with me just wanting to be able to afford the taro garden. And it's kind of a no-brainer with the capsules to be able to get, them and open them up and put them into Rachel's food. And we started her on it immediately. Mm-hmm. And within 6 months started seeing changes, which our main thing was a healthy immune system because she was sick with anybody that came by.
Wow, that's amazing. So she's seen improvement from the product. I can only assume that you and your mom started taking it at that point or somewhere along the lines.
Well, we started, but we weren't consistent as we were with her. She had it every day. For me, actually, it took me probably about 9 months to get to the point to where I needed to see it. And I was still looking for something else. In my mind, it was just, Rachel's getting more fruits and vegetables, and it wasn't that it was going to affect me the way that it affected her because I wasn't looking for a healthy immune system. But then I started having some health issues as far as swelling. And I knew with inflammation, then, if you don't get that under control, then disease is on its way. And there's a lot of disease and different things that run in my family. And I just didn't want to be that person that was young with a medicine bag, So it took me kind of getting knocks over the head several times. I kept thinking, I need to Google a good vitamin. What do I need? And it was like, it's on your desk. It's on your desk. It's on your desk. And so at 4:00 in the morning, when I couldn't go back to sleep after being up for 2 hours, I got up and looked on my desk, and there was my Juice Plus kit. And I read through it for the next hour and a half and woke up my mom when I got to the dental study and said, "Oh, Mom, are you asleep?" And she said, "Yes." But I was so excited that I couldn't go back to sleep because I was like, it was right here with me. So that was the start of me really starting to take it. And I didn't notice the changes because a lot of them were very subtle until I just started going to events and hearing people talk about, I'm sleeping so much better. And I was like, that's my story because I've dealt with insomnia since I was a kid. And the swelling I did see, it was going down. I had energy. I've been anemic most of my adult life. So when I was in college, I was able to, donate with blood drives. But then all of a sudden, that wasn't happening. There were times that my iron was so low, I was seeing stars. I would go to work and come home, and I was just tired. But I kind of figured that everybody felt that way. And then I had acid reflux really bad, and it would last me for about 2 weeks, and it always came on by stress because I worked a very stressful job. I was in an office at a college, and, there was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so eventually I just continued to take it. And I started really realizing that there were changes that were happening. Like I was craving vegetables. I mean, not just like green beans, corn, but real vegetables. And since I'm a cook, I didn't have the time to be able, during that time, to cook what I wanted.
Mm.
And it made me kind of upset because it was like, why is it that we have all of these restaurants, but nowhere is a drive-through that you can, just pick up healthy food.
Right.
And so, of course, I didn't want to tell anyone that because that was kind of strange that I was really craving these things. But then that's when I realized when you're putting, at that time, it was 25 fruits, vegetables, and berries in your body,
Mm-hmm.
your body's going to tell you what it wants.
Yeah.
And so just my energy, things started changing, my skin, hair, nails, I started seeing, and the more that I've been in the business and just researching things from talking to prospects, I realized that I really was on the borderline of things getting ready to go south really quick with my health.
Mm-hmm.
And one had to do with my nails because they would fray. I could just like hit it and it would just fray off in layers. And so I'm so thankful because, my nails are very sturdy and strong now. My hair isn't just falling out like it used to. My skin is clear, so I have a lot of people. I actually have had people come up and compliment my makeup, and I was like, I don't really have any on, but I thank them. But, it was just, I was seeing a huge difference, and especially for being someone that's, I say fluffy. I used to say fat when I was just, I didn't have self-esteem. But, I'm a healthier person, and I'm not on any medication for disease or anything like that. And that's huge.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, I mean, this has been an incredible journey for you. As you go out and talk about it, let's talk about the social media side of things, because you obviously are very comfortable with your words, and it's probably easy for you to share this story, one-on-one with people. Do you have that same desire to tell the story through social media? Have you had success trying that and sharing healthy living content with other people?
Well, it's funny. I'm actually very thankful for the social media side, because back in December, actually in November, my car went down. And I've been without it since then. Went to get the axle fixed and some other things taken care of. And the next day, it just stopped working on me.
Wow.
So that was a pretty stressful event. However, I realized that Soundboard was getting ready to start training. And so my mom was also getting ready to go out of town for at least 30 days. So I was going to be without a car, without real transportation, because I live on one side of town compared to most of my team. And I wasn't upset. I wasn't bothered. I felt like as long as I have, internet access and I'm going to be on all of the trainings, then there's something that I can learn. And this way I can be able to help mothers that maybe have children with disabilities. So I got on all the trainings. And of course, the first one I got kicked off of, something was going on. I didn't realize that my battery was low with my computer because I was on full screen. And so when it just went black, I couldn't get back on. And I said, well, from that point on, I was going to be 15 minutes early. And what I did with it was I was able to contact people more like cold calling. What I liked about the articles is that they got people's attention. Now on Facebook, my Facebook friends are kind of difficult. You know, one of the things that I loved is that you explained how to go back in, look for your friends from before, and like them so that they show back up in your feed. And the ones that I really would like to speak to are those ones that weren't on my feed. So the ones that I had normally were either family members or just people in my community that would see something and it's like they see it and, oh, that's just faith. But what I was able to do with Twitter was not only tweet what you all were tweeting for me, but also pull information and just send it out there to where I could see that, you know, I was targeting certain markets and not even realizing it. And I actually had people asking me if I was vegan.
Oh, interesting.
Because different meals that I would post, I would put vegan on there. And it wasn't so much, and it was funny because one gentleman is actually training for Ironman. And so I told him, I said, I have to confess, I'm not vegan. It's just, I realize it's not, you don't have to have meat as your protein with every single meal. And so it's, you know, Juice Plus has helped change my lifestyle, which is huge. But then on top of that, with the social media side, I'm able to tap into markets that I would not have been able to contact.
Well, that's certainly the goal of why we built the soundboard, and that's a great thought on, you know, connecting with people, cold or new people. Have you had success with social media in any kind of, you know, just customer retention, or thinking about, hey, it's good to provide ongoing education for my existing customers as well, because I want them to continue to grow? Have you used it in that regard?
Yes, I have. I've actually, a lot of my customers, it's funny because we have our new Facebook group, and I've contacted them to let them know that we were changing from one group to the other. And I encourage them, please, you know, either like a post or you can comment, or if you want to add something yourself, you're welcome to do so. And then I would tell them that I would be sending out articles that I had come across, because I want them to know how to better not only their health, but their family's health and friends. And so that has been something that's been very encouraging, because it allowed me to, you know, touch base with them, become a little bit more personal. They're looking forward to the information that I'm sending. And it's helping the ones that are really serious about their health versus the ones that are just looking at the dollar sign, to kind of stay on board and realize, wow, you care about me instead of you're just trying to sell something to me. And then what I like it from the prospective side is, I'm a person that pretty much, once I start my list, if I have an event, a craft show, flea market, something like that, I never throw away a list. The only time a person is really taken off of the list is if they say, I'm not interested. And so, of course, you know, I'm not going to bother them. But what I've been able to do is actually text blitzing. The only thing is I haven't used it in a sense of going to soundboard and texting through each one, because when I do a blitz, I'm doing like anywhere between 300 to 400 people. So I'm doing more of a copy and paste. And what was really, you know, special to me is that back in February, when it was Heart Healthy Month, I sent out a couple of articles, and I had a lady that's a tennis player actually text me back and say, thank you so much for this article. I'm a heart patient. And so that was something that was huge, because she had brought shakes from me one time, but then that was just kind of it. And I would, you know, say different things, and I would send articles, but I wasn't geared at a particular, I guess, disease or condition. And so when I did that, it helped us to open up a conversation.
That's wonderful.
And I was able to introduce Juice Plus that way.
Well, Faith, I love your perspective here, because you have not let being geographically limited, I guess, with struggling with car and It sounds like you definitely spend a lot of time caring for your own family. But I love your perspective here that doesn't have to be a limitation anymore with
No.
today's world, because the world is flat because of technology, and we can communicate with whoever and at any time. So I really appreciate your perspective today. I know that it's going to encourage a lot of folks to not only take the time to maybe do a little bit more homework themselves on how social media works, but also thank you for your kind words about the trainings that we've provided, because we certainly want people to do exactly what you're doing, which is not only feel comfortable in posting content and then just sitting back and hoping that people comment on it and just kind of like throw a line in the water and wait, but you're really going out there and pursuing and making new connections. And that's definitely the way we want folks to think about it and know that Soundboard's got your back. Soundboard's not the total answer, but it's a big part of getting you on your way to having a really robust social media presence and way to connect with people. So I love your thoughts today. I appreciate so much your time and your perspective, and we'll look forward to seeing you at conference.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.